Hi everyone. For today's Titanic themed book review, we're going to be checking out this book, In Titanic's Shadow by David Williams. This book focuses on all the ships that have had a greater loss of life than the Titanic, but tend to be relatively forgotten, or, as per the title, sit within the Titanic's shadow. As David notes, the spectre of the Titanic, its imprint on our society is just so big that any maritime disaster tends to be classified as the Titanic of. Germany's Titanic, Wilhelm Gustloff, Awamaru, Japan's Titanic. All these ships, even though they had greater loss of life, still are held in comparison to the Titanic. This book makes sobering reading. There are 44 merchant ships covered in this book, and the estimated death toll of all of them is about 140,000 lives, which, when averaged out, comes down to 3,225 lives per ship. That's very sad. Most of these losses occurred during the wars, and the book is chronologically divided up between ships that were lost within the First World War, Second World War, great losses of life that occurred in harbours, riverine waterways, and a final chapter on the horrific ferry disasters, which also claimed way too many lives. Horrific disasters such as the Donna Paz and the Leijula. Accounts of what the survivors had to go through are just pure nightmare fuel. The book itself is well illustrated with almost all of the ships represented. David Williams has written several ocean liner and disaster books before, so you are in good hands with him and his accounts of these disasters. Some of the vessels mentioned in this book may be familiar. We have names such as the Wilhelm Gustloff, the Steuben, the Lancastria, the Awamaru, and then there are others that are maybe new or relatively unknown, such as the Principe Umberto, the very unfortunate and terribly tragic Leijula, or the Toyomaru. So there's plenty here for those who have an understanding of some of the great maritime disasters, and also want to find out more about some of the other equally tragic but more obscure vessels. This book is respectfully written, and despite its somber themes, it is still an enlightening read. And for the knowledge that it presents, and for the fact that almost all the ships are represented in excellent photographs, this book to me is a four captain's hats. It reinforces just how many awful maritime disasters there are out there, and it puts in retrospect just how one shipwreck, i.e. the Titanic, is able to then frame in our imaginations and in our ability to wrap around these disasters the magnitude of all the others that have come since then. So there you have it, four captain's hats for In Titanic's Shadow. And if there are any other books about some of maybe the other vessels that I mentioned earlier that you would like reviewed, please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.